Welcome to another episode of the 100% podcast with me, your host, Harry Purdy. Today, I'm joined by me. Today, I'm talking about how to not lose your shit or keep routine over the holiday period or Christmas period. And today, I want to just dive straight into the episode and speak about the things that can stop us from losing momentum, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, feeling overly tired, and feeling like we're a little bit out of control of our momentum, our routine, our emotions, and ensure that we have the best possible Christmas for ourselves. Because I know personally from a family that had to go two separate ways that over Christmas it can be a time where feelings get brought up, emotions are at a high, and we feel like we have to impress a lot of people at a certain time and for a lot of period of time as well, especially with the 2 week break that some people have over this period. It can take that routine away, and as much as sometimes we say that we don't like that routine can give us some certainty, can give us some clarity, and it can allow us to keep our routine, which ensures that all of those things in terms of losing our emotions or being out of control of our emotions, feeling stressed and feeling overwhelmed can be a thing over the Christmas period. So I've wrote down 5 really quick points that we can cover today to ensure that this doesn't happen for you this year. We ensure that you stay motivated, you ensure that you're staying feeling your 100% self. And the first thing I want to cover is keeping your routine, which I've already mentioned. In terms of keeping your routine, I think it's a good question to ask. How can you make it possible to keep as much of your health routine, your self-care routine as possible over this period? And I know that can be difficult, right? It can be difficult to put yourself first at times, but ensuring that you do that, ensuring that there's time for you, ensuring that you make time for you over this period can help reduce that Christmas stress. And like I said to you, as I was introducing what we were kind of talking about in today's episode, that routine element is something that we say that we don't like sometimes, but actually it is something that keeps us on the, I don't like using this phrase, but the straight and narrow, right? The straight and narrow that leads us to feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, feeling energized, and not feeling stressed, which is primarily the idea of this episode, is to help you feel your 100% self over Christmas. And keeping your routine can definitely do that. And obviously, what is inside of that routine is totally up to you. All of the good stuff. Now, we're not saying routine like if you have 2 weeks off, the routine of, oh, you're just going to go to work anyway. No, this is the routine that ensures that you're feeling your best self. So that could be introducing a 30-minute period every day where you literally just go and chill and do nothing, and you do utilize the downtime, and you do utilize that period of time where you literally chill out and you watch something on TV, or you scroll on your phone, or you literally just lie down, shut your eyes, and almost do a kind of meditative practice. The other things that we can do, obviously, is get outside, ensure that you're getting as much of that sunlight in as possible, making sure that you get your steps up as high as possible every day. And we'll come on to exercise a little bit further in this episode. The second thing that I think is really important over this period is there's so much choice, there's so much temptation. It's quite a gluttonous period, right? In terms of what we are advertised, what's put in front of us with regards to food, alcohol, and things that we want to buy. And I was speaking to a client about this week, and it's around changing your language and thought process around treats and alcohol. And it's a really ironic situation, isn't it, with regards to things that are around over Christmas? Because it's almost like the norm that everywhere you go, you're going to be surrounded by treats and alcohol and food that is a little bit higher in calorie, let's just say. And there's no such thing as a good or a bad food. There's a food that's suitable for your goal at the time. And of course, everyone has a little bit of a wind down period. But the first thing around that is that Christmas is, for me, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then a little bit of a lapsed approach over the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day as well. But it's not all month. That's something that I think is really important. But also, when it comes to saying that something is a treat, you're only looking at it through one lens, one side of the coin. You're only looking at it from one side of the coin. It's important to remember that with every positive, there is a negative too. So if your goals right now are to feel as best as you possibly can, which I think everybody's goal should be feeling as good as you possibly can without preaching, because it helps life in general, alcohol being considered a treat is definitely only looking at it from one end of the coin, one side of the coin, because with drinking that thing that you're labeling a treat comes lacking good quality sleep, lacking good energy, which can then have a knock-on effect on the things that we're speaking about in terms of keeping yourself together over the Christmas period. And in terms of the language shift that you want to try and encourage on yourself and break a habit in terms of calling things treats, is that instead of looking at things as a treat, yeah, I like this, but yeah, I like this, but this effect can happen. Yeah, I'm considering this treat, but here's the knock-on effect. And in terms of the goals regarding weight loss, goals in regards to feeling your 100% self, goals in regards to not feeling stressed, when you're putting shit in, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get shit out in terms of your emotions, in terms of your sleep, in terms of your energy. So really important that we don't just look at treats and from one side of the coin. And don't get me wrong, over this Christmas period, there will be Harry Purdy will be consuming such things as Yule log, Pringles, maybe a beer or two here and there, especially on New Year's Eve. It's my cousin's wedding, but I won't be doing it every day, right? And I think that's something that we can get caught up in a little bit over the Christmas period. And the third thing on the list is that everybody is doing their best, whether you like it or not. And this comes with the stress of what other people and being surrounded by people that maybe you don't necessarily like, maybe people that you know rub you up the wrong way, maybe people that have different values, different priorities than you. And it's important to remember that everyone's doing their best over the Christmas period because they genuinely are. And when we look at that, that doesn't mean that what they're doing is right. The actions that they're doing, the things that they're saying is correct. And it doesn't mean that it can't wind you up. But before you allow that emotion to kick in, remember that they're doing the best with what they know at the time. If you're a listener of the 100% podcast, it probably means that you're somebody who takes himself a little bit more seriously because you're into self improvement, self development. You want to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. But there are also people who haven't quite reached that outcome yet. They're quite content with the way that they think about things, and that's okay too. But it's important that we look at that from an empathetic point of view, right? There are people in my life who I don't believe look after themselves in the best possible way. But I have to look at that. Yeah, of course, with frustration, I'm only human. But on the other side of the coin, I look at that with sympathy and empathy, not from a patronizing point of view, just from a humanistic point of view, a human point of view, where I take a step back and realize that at one step of my journey, at one part of my journey, I was like that too. I wasn't trying to improve myself. I wasn't trying to get on top of my emotions. I wasn't trying to nail down positive, healthy habits. And your loved ones or your friends or whoever it may be that does occasionally rub you up the wrong way with something they say, how stressed they get, with the vibe that they bring on to parties or social situations, is only doing the best that they can. And that thought process can take a little bit of stress away from interactions over the Christmas period, which may normally weigh you down. Number four, sticking to your goals. We already spoke about it. Christmas is not 1 month long. Whether even if you look in the Bible with the tradition of Christmas, the Advent isn't there's it's 12 days of Christmas, right? Like I don't even know. The tradition of it though is not a month long. There's different elements that you can look at, and when I say stick to your goals, it's just ensuring that you're staying locked onto what your future self wants. And a month is a long enough period for you to go to old habits if you allow yourself to. So it's important that if you are somebody that takes yourself seriously, which is a great thing, somebody who looks after self care, somebody who looks after themselves, somebody who wants to continually improve, it's just checking in with yourself every day to make sure that you are locking in with your goals, what you're aligned with, and making sure that you stay away from that holiday chaos to go on and smash what it is that you want to achieve. And that doesn't mean every day, by the way. But what I will be doing every day personally is just checking in with my journal, of course, to make sure that my brain is being taken away from automatic thinking, automatic brainwaves to go on and smash some realistic and achievable goals over this period, whilst also maintaining my focus on 2025 and ensuring that I'm locked onto my future vision, which is insanely important to me. And again, if you're listening to this podcast, it probably means in some way your future version of yourself is really important to you too. Exercise, number 5. So, regular exercise will help with your holiday stress. It will help with your overall mood. It will help with your overall energy. And again, this doesn't mean that you're going to ensure that you're smashing your regular routine day in, day out over the Christmas period, but it does mean that dropping into the gym, ensuring that you're getting your steps in, ensuring that you're keeping yourself active mentally and physically is going to really help you from losing your shit over the Christmas period. And even if you know that you have a day that is orientated around drink, maybe family events, and some unhealthier habits, but fun habits, are those are the days where it may be even more important for you to take yourself out for 15 to 30 minutes outside in that daylight, getting some steps in, feeling that fresh air, getting those steps up, and ensuring that you are getting some form of exercise in, right? When it's really easy to fall into autopilot and not do that. I don't want to touch on exercise too much, but it is the quickest way to feel those feel good hormones of dopamine and endorphins. And if you can do it with somebody else as well, that also brings that connection element. Number 6, so bonus one, is doing shit that you love. And this is what Christmas is about, right? Christmas is about friends, family, connection, giving to other people, making sure you're prioritizing your loved ones, ensuring that you're prioritizing yourself, and feeling that festive spirit. And that involves doing things that you love. So really break it down in terms of, okay, where's my energy at right now? It's a 5. Okay, it's a 5 out of 10 today. But what can I do to improve that energy? You can do something that ensures that you bring that energy up because you love it. And that is individual to you. This for me will be watching the football. It'll be ensuring that I keep going into the gym. It'll be going out running. It'll be spending time with friends, spending time with family, playing games, all of these good things, watching Christmas movies and just chilling the fuck out. That is what I love to do. Music, books, learning, all of these kind of things are going to be in my schedule over Christmas. So I stick to my routine and I stick to my goals and I do shit that I love. And doing things you enjoy over Christmas for yourself keeps you stay balanced, keeps you stay in balance, keeps you happy, and it keeps you focused amidst that holiday hustle, which can lead you to feeling like you're being pulled from pillar to post. And sometimes it is worth speaking to your loved ones and saying that this 2 hours today is 2 hours for me to do what I love. So I feel energized and energetic to go and do the things that I have been asked to do over this Christmas period. So that has been 6 points today. We'll just review them quickly. Keeping your routine, number 1, really important. Number 2, changing your language and thought processes around treats and alcohol to look at it from two sides of the coin, not just from that treat element. Remember, everybody is doing their best. Doesn't mean that it's right, but remember that everybody's doing their best over this period. Sticking to your goals, really important to not lose your shit over Christmas. Exercise, vital. So, so vital. Gets you outside, gets you in daylight, gets you socializing with other people, and creates that feel good hormone and doing shit that you love. That has been 5 plus a bonus things that you can do to not lose your shit over Christmas. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe below. Thank you very much. It does help a long, long way grow the YouTube channel and bring this voice, this person to other people in the algorithm. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you drop a 5-star review and subscribe. Again, hugely, hugely important to do to ensure that my podcast can go out as far and wide as possible, and you can help me do that. Also, if this content is something that you have enjoyed listening to, please go to my bio and you can get a 14-day free journal, which may be the thing that keeps you from losing your shit over the Christmas period. Like I said, it can help you stick to your goals. It can help you do shit that you love. It can help you stick to your exercise routine. It can help you put perspective on things. It can help you handle things different in a different way. It can keep you from procrastinating. It can keep you focused, and it can keep you energized over the Christmas period. So it's a 14-day free journal. You can get that by clicking the link in my Instagram bio or in the description of this episode. You will catch me with a new episode every Friday. Take care.